And here we go from the national headquarters of RT America. Hello again, everybody. I'm Rick Sanchez. We begin tonight where we left off last night with a shooting, an apparent act of terror that has taken place in Strasbourg, France. All throughout the day and all throughout the night, hundreds of police, soldiers, and border agents in both France and in Germany have been looking for Sharif Chakat. That's a 29-year-old suspected terrorist. He was on a watch list prior to the shooting last night at a Christmas market that left 2 people dead and 13 injured, some of them in critical condition. This is how this carnage sounded in the moment. It's a horrible, horrible scene. The gunman, alleged to be the 29-year-old Chakat, is a resident of the city that he attacked. In fact, he was radicalized there into his extreme form of Islam that he seemed to adopt. Police are asking anybody tonight with any information as to the whereabouts of this suspected terrorist to contact authorities and not approach him, as he's very much considered to be extremely dangerous. All right. Stories like this obviously deserve a lot of coverage, but what they often get is wall-to-wall coverage. In fact, it's almost become customary, right, with these types of stories for news organizations to send their top anchors and to the scene to report live from there, sometimes for days on end. Now, not to minimize in any way what is a legitimate story, nor should we intend in any way to certainly minimize the deaths of any person who is struck down by an assailant, especially one with terrorist intentions. However, all of that said, we should, as Americans, give at least ample time to the number of deaths and shootings and the incidents here in our own country, don't you think? In fact, here, let's do that. And again, let me state here unequivocally that all murders are both noteworthy, if not newsworthy. But it's quite possible that sheer numbers alone, huge numbers alone, have made murders and shootings here in our own country almost mundane. In other words, it's like they're no longer newsworthy. Let me just run down some examples to counterbalance what we just witnessed in France that is no doubt making international headlines on this network and all other networks, rightly so. Let me begin with shootings. Give me this map. Total number of shooting incidents in the United States of America, the good old USA, our country. How often has this happened? 53,699 times. That's just as of the beginning of this year, and the year hasn't yet let up. And most of these will generally go unreported by our national media. So compare and contrast, right? That's what we like to say to do. All right, let me show you another map, all right? Look at this one. This is the number of deaths this year. Study the number. Shows you how many people have already been killed this year in America. 13,743. And I can promise you, very few network anchors, right? You won't see Tucker Carlson, you won't see Anderson Cooper, you won't see any of these network anchors traveling to any of these crime scenes to report live from the scene. Okay, now you're probably thinking, yeah, but Rick, you're going to counter that argument with the fact that, well, what happened in France is different because that's kind of a mass shooting, right? And I would say to you, okay, fine. Let's see how many of those. How many mass shootings have we had in America since, again, the beginning of this year to today, the present? 329. 329 mass shootings have taken place in America. Defined are 2 or 3 or more people shot in one incident. And finally, I thought you would want to know, and this is important to me, because my brother's a police officer, and I know how much he cares about his job. I wanted to let you know those who are often suffering the brunt of this non-story in America are the very people that we often criticize for overreacting in the face of violence. Police officers. 278 police officers have been shot or have been killed so far here in America. Look at that number. So it's all of our society, isn't it? By the time this year is out, if past averages hold up, there will be between 16 and 18,000 victims of murder in America. Try telling them as they lay dying, or their families who survived them, that they were not victims as well of terror. Because terror is terror, regardless of what the news coverage that they did not get might suggest. This is RT America, and we do believe it's time to do news again.
Hey YouTube, thanks for checking out our channel. We hope you enjoyed the video. We have tons of content for you just like this. For more of RT America's one-of-a-kind news and analysis, be sure to subscribe and never stop questioning more.